Toxic Couch TV.
Welcome to the Toxic Couch Multiverse Podcast. I still can't decide what we're going to name it. So right now it's the Toxic Couch TV Multiverse Podcast, Multiverse Monday, Episode 1, Season 1, if that's not a mouthful. I am joined today by Rain Man, Tanner himself, and what we're going to talk about today is a whole bunch of nerdy stuff because honestly, with football, I mean, we had enough to cover football today.
Yes,
if I'm being honest.
We should. I think
that happened. If we were all available and it didn't break midday, all the news that did, we 100% would have done a late night. But we got our reactions out on Instagram as soon as we could. So, all right. Well, let's get right into it, I guess, by saying what we're doing today. We're going to talk about nerdy stuff. We've got a whole slate for you. Basically anything that does not fit on off the couch, anything outdoors or sports, we're going to cover here. So if that means it's movies, games, shows, whatever we're watching, whatever we're doing, it's going to be covered here on Mondays. And then we have a special announcement. We're going to be starting Toxic Couch Movie Club for Mondays, for Multiverse Mondays. We have our first movie announcement for that. And then hopefully we'll have more people joining us next week to talk about the movie. But right now, in place of Movie Club, we've got to talk about The Mandalorian Grogu. We've got to talk about it. That was a movie that exists.
It is a movie that exists. Well, I want to say, The Mandalorian and Grogu is a movie, like you said, that exists. That is a fun, goofy, thriller, adventure movie that is fun to watch with your family, but has flaws, and some, in my opinion, big flaws.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know what you feel about. That's my opinion.
Hold on to that thought. Hold on to that thought, because I intentionally was like, okay, we're gonna wait to talk about it till we do the podcast because we saw it together. We saw it on Tuesday, so we saw it about a week ago. We've had time to let it digest. So I wanted to save our reactions to it to the podcast. If I recall, the first reaction that you and I both had were like, yeah, it was good. It was a movie. It was enjoyable. If you're a Star Wars fan, I think you'll find something to love in it, for sure. If you are a fan of any Star Wars ever, at any point, you will find one thing to love about this movie, for sure.
Yes.
And I actually think that anybody, even if you've never seen a Star Wars movie before, will be able to find one thing to love about this movie. I think, in my personal opinion.
No, I definitely agree with that. I think there is a charming. This movie is charming, in my opinion. Like it, excuse me, sorry. It has like a charming element to it. There are just things that are just like, it's not meant to be a movie that's going to be groundbreaking. It's just a charming, fun, feel-good movie. I think there's certain movies that are just feel-good movies.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, what I felt about this movie was they played it extremely safe, which was not a bad thing. They did pull punches, and they did. However, we saw it with our entire family. How many tickets did we wind up with? 8? Something like that. This tested really well with women beforehand, I was told. And from all research and from all reviews, it tested really well with women. I asked all the girls that we went to go see it with, and they all loved it. I mean, through and through loved this movie. Maya loved this movie. My mom and Elise loved this movie. And Maya is a bigger Star Wars fan because I'm a bigger Star Wars fan, and Maya and I are currently actually watching everything in timeline order right now because we just finished our big watch through of everything. So we attached it all together. So this, Maya's definitely more into Star Wars, I think, than most, at least, spouses would be.
Yes.
And I'm lucky for that. But I must say, it is a movie that everybody will find something that they enjoy with.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that being said, this is a movie that everybody will find a problem with.
Yes.
And everybody will find something they don't like about this movie.
Yeah. And like we're kind of talking about the positives right now, so I will agree with you with a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think everyone will be able. So I guess let's start with the positives. Yes, I agree. Everyone will be able to agree that there is something that they can enjoy in this movie. Core fans can look to like some of the characters that have been brought to life in live action from their like Embo, for example. I think that adaptation was done really really well from bringing him to
Mm-hmm.
animation into live action. He was menacing. He was cool. He was the Embo we all know and love from like the Clone Wars and all
Agreed.
that. So and also for the casual fans and like you were talking about like the girls in our family that may not exactly like aren't true like they're not passionate like Star Wars nerds like we are, but
Right.
they go see the movie when they can with us as a family, but there was something there's a just a real funny cute just fun vibe to that movie that I think casual fans or especially like I said can enjoy.
So this movie is underperforming at the box office currently. Now that can obviously be turned around. In terms of Star Wars, this is one of the least hyped movies I have ever seen.
Yes,
And
agreed.
actually, I went to Canada the weekend that it opened, so I couldn't watch it. I was out in the bush in Canada. However, I saw more advertising in Canada than I did here in the States for that movie. No joke. It felt like that movie did not get advertised at all. So we didn't see it in a full theater. Not, I mean, do you remember when we saw Rise of Skywalker?
It was full.
That theater was packed. It was packed, even despite the failure of Solo and despite the not failure, but the upset
The
and the anger
do the
right
previous
from
movie.
from the Last Jedi. Yeah, from the few previous movies, it definitely it, but it was still full. 7 years away from the big screen for Star Wars, and this is still not. Well, I guess we can say spoiler warning right now. We're gonna get into it. That was our non-spoiler review. That was like it is a movie that exists. Those are our pros, some cons. Let's actually dive into the meat and potatoes here a little bit.
Yes,
I
yeah.
think because it'll be
Yeah.
it's hard to take out of context. There were weird moments, and
Yes.
it got slow at points.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I was
The
like, how
middle.
long? The middle section. I keep looking. I'm like, how long have we been here? The middle section. It's like go 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 go, and I'm like, yeah yeah, we're shooting stuff. Razor Crest is back. Zeb is awesome, and then it just stops.
Yeah.
And there is probably what felt like an eternity, but it was probably like 10 to 15 minutes. The Babu Frickians, which is not what they're
Yeah.
called. I know they're Azalans or Azalians.
Yeah.
The
Basically.
Babu Frick, the Azalans. They were they were brought into the movie because they were in the show and came to fix the Razor Crest, and that's when Embo showed up.
Yes.
Uh, the transitions between parts of that movie were not good.
No, I
It
agree.
the transitions were slow and hard and jagged, in my opinion. So
Hmm.
let me get my negatives of the movie out of the way first.
Yeah, you go
It
ahead.
gets
Yeah, so we got our positives.
it gets slow. That's a huge negative. This movie feels like 5 episodes of a TV show mashed together. Okay, now we can talk about the story of this TV show at any point and how hard Mando and Grogu fell off, in my opinion. Season 1 and 2 of that show is golden. And then Book of Boba Fett, which I like more than most people do,
Yes. Yeah.
and Mando season 3, significantly underwhelming and lost a lot of traction. If this movie would have come off the heels of, per se, season 2 of The Mandalorian, this would
Yeah.
be a resounding success.
Yes.
So they definitely did a botch job, and we can talk about that, at a later point because I do have that written in our notes for today. Holy crap, though! Like, if you're talking fun, just fun, enjoyable Star Wars. If you are a hardcore fan, you will love this movie. I think. Zeb had such a huge part in this movie.
Yeah.
Did you think Zeb was going to be in the movie this much?
I did not. I thought he was gonna show up in the beginning and like kind of help out with something, but no, he was in the beginning to end. He kind of had like a part in the middle where he wasn't there, but he was.
Like it was the build up to the third act that he wasn't in there, but first and second act of the movie, that it's Zeb, and he's there, and he is Mando and Grogu's right hand man. Like, he's their guy, and he's Zeb. She's not changed. He's the same Zeb that we all love, that we all fell in love with. I'm a crier when I watch Star Wars. Let me tell you, when Zeb showed up on screen for the first time, and Rebels is my favorite Star Wars project, which you will hear dozens of times on this program. You will hear me say it. You will hear me tout Rebels, 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 Rebels. Zeb was Zeb, and you know what? That made this movie so much more amazing to me. I'm ranting, Tanner. Go, take it for a second.
Okay. No, I was gonna say, like, I agree with that, but actually one of my main problems with the movie is that I felt it did play it way too safe. Like, there really was honestly, there was not there was barely any original ideas in that movie, in my opinion.
None.
Like,
there were no original ideas.
Like, Mandalorian and Grogu reuse characters from the show, that's fine. Even Zeb, like, I love Zeb, and Zeb's scenes were great, but like, that's a reused character. Rana the Hutt, like, that's got to be the nichest reference ever. Like, oh, we're gonna make one of the main characters in this movie the little Hutt in the Star Wars movie from like 2008 or 2007. Like, Dave Filoni, I love you, but you are either a mastermind or just a lunatic, because that actually, honestly, Rod in the Hut was my favorite part of this movie. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
what?
I am dead serious. I am dead serious. Like, what?
Why did I watch the Clone Wars movie today?
Did you?
We did this morning.
Awesome.
There's a line in the movie, like, one day he'll grow up to be stinky and slimy and a gangster. And I looked at Maya and I go, I don't want to be like my father. The angst. The teenage angst that Rada has. I don't want to be like my father while he's just ripped with a six-pack and he's like, I'm Rada. And he's like, Rada was a thing in this movie. The fact, genuinely, I felt like this movie had two endings. The first half ending where they get coin, they get Rada, and they send him away. And then there's a little line like, oh, you're probably pissed off the twins now. You better watch out. And I'm like, oh, okay, here comes Embo.
Yeah.
And then there was a second half of the movie, and then Rada shows up again at the end, and then all the action figures that Dave Filoni picked out of his box go, hey, we're flying X-Wings now. Like...
Including himself, he just threw himself in there.
Including himself. Tanner and I looked at each other. Dave was in the movie, and we go, Dave!
Of course, he put himself in the movie twice.
It was enjoyable.
Yes, it was.
That's to say for sure.
Yeah, but I do wish they would have included some more, like, even the planets. Like, the only original one was I forget what it was called, like the one that the city planet they were on, but that was like kind of like what we've seen before. It was kind of like a Coruscant type of planet that just, like, we've seen a million of those. Now Hutta's not original. Like, it just, like, I do wish
now Hutta from the Clone Wars not changed.
Yeah, I do wish there was a little bit more, like, newer characters that were a major part of that movie that were actually interesting, because I think the biggest newer character was the commander lady, and she just felt I liked her, but she in my opinion, she just felt like someone in a video game that you go get a quest from. Like that's all she was. Just like like an NPC. You just like, hey, can I have a quest? And you go off and do your thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's just
No,
my
I don't
opinion.
disagree.
Yeah. And my other thought was that the only other thought I had was also, I wish the movie would have like seen. I wish it would have gave the Mandalorian and Grogu more challenges in terms of character development. They really were the
What do you
same.
mean? Din was
Gr-
asleep
Gr-
the whole time.
so Grogu did get his moment, I guess, but I wish like
Grogu got multiple moments. This should have been called Grogu the movie.
yes, it was about Grogu.
It was not about Din. Din was Din.
Yeah.
He was he was the young protect the old and does what he does,
Yes,
and
exactly.
no character development for Din Djarin
Yeah.
at all.
No.
No character development for Zeb. Zeb was Zeb.
Yep. Well, Zeb
No
doesn't.
develop.
Zeb had his character development.
I agree, but it would be nice to be like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, here's Callus. This is my
Yeah.
buddy. We're friends. Like, I guess the character development that Zeb got was, oh, he's a pilot now.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm a
Yes.
pilot, not a mechanic.
No. Yeah.
Like, okay, that's
No. Zeb
fine.
was back up to his insults and antics, which was also a good part of that movie. So,
I
but
don't
like,
remember Zeb ever being a pilot though. Like, he
I
was
don't think he.
always a brute and a gunner, right?
Yeah.
This
That's
is
what
definitely a
new
newer
development.
thing.
Yeah. I think I agree. I don't remember. Yeah. So hey, he developed, and like I said, like those
Headcanon.
headcanon. Yeah. And
Headcanon. Hera taught Zeb how to fly.
yeah. And I think but the overall though is just about this movie is that like yes, it was a fun movie. Yes, if you're a fan, you're gonna go see it, or if you're just like someone that's a, like related to a big fan that wants to go see it, and you just go see a movie, you are gonna have a fun time watching this movie. I think you should go see it, but I understand why like it maybe hasn't done well in the box office because it hasn't definitely didn't feel like what a usual Star Wars movie is, which is just like a big groundbreaking piece of cinema and where it's like a big event. Like even like in school, like the week before it came out, like no one was really even talking about it. Like no one was like, "Hey, are you gonna go
Yeah,
see the Mandalorian Grogu this weekend?" Like no one was talking about it.
I did not hear a single word, and I've asked all of my coworkers whose husbands are huge Star Wars fans. Their husbands have not even seen it yet.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a that's interesting to me. I think that this movie did not very well with OG Star Wars fans, like 70s and 80s kids who grew up with the original Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Kurt. Boy was asleep in the theater.
Yeah,
He slept through the whole movie. And
oh,
no, like Tanner and I were invested because this
yes.
felt like, you know, unironically, my comparison, my Star Wars movie comparison to what has already existed and what was in theaters, this feels like the Clone Wars movie all over again. In
Yes, it
more ways than
literally
one.
is.
Go watch the Clone Wars movie and tell me how that does not match up with the Mandalorian and Grogu. It is 5 episodes of a TV show all mashed together, and all of a sudden it like all comes together at the end, and it involves the same hut, ironically. Uh, I, it was nothing that we hadn't seen before, except monsters. Lots and lots and lots and lots of monsters
Hmm.
that we
And
have.
that was a cool part of that
Some of them
show
we knew
or the
before.
movie.
The Dejeric match with all of the Dejeric chess pieces, like that was cool. I liked that. Tanner and I were like, "Oh, look, it's the chessboard!" Ha 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 ha! Like that's cool. I liked that. My biggest hatred piece in this movie, and I didn't hate a lot. I accept the movie for what it is. I think it is what it is, and I just hope that they keep making not more of these, but more Star Wars movies in theaters because
Yes.
to be frank, they deserve to be in theaters. Um, I really hated the fact that Din Djarin was asleep for 60% of this movie. No joke. Din Djarin gets knocked out, I think 5 times. And
Okay,
I
so
don't think
dude.
that's an exaggeration. He gets knocked out on his attack. Like, he gets his one moment in the movie for being a super badass character. And
Yeah.
that's the opening with the AT-ATs.
Yep.
Like, that's cool. I loved that.
That was a cool. That was like,
But
jeez.
he, yeah, I know. What a cool opening to a movie. But then he's got such an awkward moment. Like, hey, get on. Like, what is this? The Lego City meme? Like, hey, a man is drowning in Lego City. Go and help him by rebuilding this. Like, that's what
Yes.
this movie felt
The
like, a
dialogue
Lego
wasn't great.
commercial from 2010. That's what it felt like.
Yes. It did. It
But it
did.
didn't. That's Star Wars, though. Like,
Yeah, that is true.
what are we
Dialogue
expecting?
has never been.
Andor every single time? Like, oh, it's got to be
Yeah.
Andor levels of awesome. No, no, that's not Star Wars. Andor is the exception, which shouldn't. I guess it shouldn't be. I guess Andor
Yeah.
should not be the exception
No,
with like the
but
poetry of it.
there is like a different type. I don't know. It just is. It's hard to say like, yeah, like you should expect every Star Wars thing to be the quality of Andor, but not everything is going to be exactly like it. Like it's okay to have a movie like this where it's not necessarily like I
I
don't
agree.
think like there's some people that say the Mandalorian Grogu should never exist. I disagree. I think it
I
had a
disagree.
purpose, it had a place, and the purpose of it just was to create and it's not like the Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau were like saying were acting like this was going to be some big epic film. They literally just said that like, hey, this is just a fun film, fun adventure. Like, just go see it. It's going to be fun. Like literally what they said. They weren't saying like this is going to be some big piece of cinema that's going to
Right.
break Star Wars. And it literally was like a fun adventure that really, in the grand scheme of the Star Wars universe, probably doesn't mean that much. But it but they just wanted to make a movie, and they made a movie, and honestly, that's a good enough reason.
But maybe it will mean enough. Maybe Thrawn is back at this point.
Yes,
That's the
true.
thing. The Dave Filoni Thrawn movie is put on hold as of right now, which is
Oh
devastating.
no, yeah, that is devastating.
I know,
Actually,
devastating. But
that would
there
actually be a
there
good
could
movie.
be there could be right. That movie deserves to be in cinemas. You want to talk about movie that deserves to be on the big screen?
Yeah,
Thrawn. Give that. I would watch a Thrawn Heir to the Empire movie if Luke Skywalker is the main, you know, good guy in that movie, and you have Ahsoka and Din and Ezra all fighting along his side.
yeah,
That I would tenfold pay for that movie. I would go watch that movie 100 times if they gave that the Andor budget to that movie. That's also a huge problem. Is I think this is the lowest budget Star Wars movie ever,
yeah. It was only
ever.
like 160 million or something like that. That's crazy.
They
I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's not a
Andor
lot of money.
Andor got a bigger budget than this.
Yeah,
The Acolyte had a bigger budget than this. Like
yes,
this, and it shows. There are moments. The CGI was
yes.
good, I thought. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
didn't
thought the
think it was
CGI
terrible.
was
I saw
good.
some people complaining about it, but honestly, I when I was watching that movie, I never was like, oh, doesn't look good. No, I thought it was pretty decent throughout the whole
And there
thing.
was never a moment in that movie where I was like, "Oh, I really hate this." No, this will probably be my favorite movie of the entire year. Is my thought.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think that's probably, well, the Odyssey comes out this summer, so maybe not. But
And Brand New Day comes out.
oh yeah, never mind. I take it back. My favorite movie of the year so far. We got a good year for movies. Good year
Yes, we
for
do.
movies.
Yeah.
I've got that
Should
in our conversation for later.
All right. Well,
What's
should
that, Tim?
we?
What do you got?
I was gonna say, should we give like a? I don't know. Is there anything else we want to talk about for this movie, or any questions you have, or like for us, or just should we give like a final rating? Like give it like an overall rating? What we would give it?
Yeah. Well, so here's my question before you rate it. What is where do you put this in your Star Wars movie ranking?
Hmm. All right. So I guess I would put it like if we're doing tiers, I'd put it in I guess should we just list off like our ranking? I think our rankings are pretty similar, honestly. I think it
Yeah,
goes
no, I would say like what's above it, just in
what's
general, and
above
then
it.
what's below it.
I would
Yeah.
say all like all three original trilogy movies are above it. I would say all three prequel movies are above it. You could convince me depending on the day, like on Attacker of the Clones or Phantom Menace. It's above all the sequel movies, but I
Well,
actually
hang on,
do.
wait. Back up. You're telling me that you think this movie it could on any given day could be better than Attack of the Clones and the Phantom Menace. When we do movie club this week, which there is a specific title that we are watching that I have not announced yet, so I'm not going to. When we do movie club, come back to me with that take. Just saying.
Okay. I will. But I do believe Solo and Rogue One are better than this movie.
Okay. So on your Disney ranking in terms of Disney Star Wars, so that would be the
Yeah.
sequel trilogy, Solo and Rogue One. Where do you put this?
Honestly, I would put this above all the sequel movies. Force Awakens is kind of good, I'm not gonna lie. I've always
Yeah,
liked that,
that's
but
me too. I've
I
always loved
I
that
also have
movie.
to rewatch that. I almost have to rewatch that movie honestly because there are some like things like I was been watching some stuff on it or like there are some major plot holes in that movie, but it's still an enjoyable movie.
It's
So I
through
would
and
put it
through
in
an
the same tier as Force Awakens. I still think Solo and Rogue One are better. I'm a kind of like a Solo fan. I like
apologist.
that. Yeah, I
I
like
do
that
I
movie.
do I do enjoy a Solo from time to time. So I will say this: all three prequels are better than this. Not a question in my mind. All three originals are better than this. No questions in my mind. Force Awakens is better than this movie. Objectively. That is not an opinion. I think that's a fact. I think if you compare the two, Force Awakens clears.
Yeah,
Now,
that's fair.
I and say people have the same criticisms of Force Awakens. They played it too safe. Okay, sure. Force Awakens clears this movie. The fandom and the hype that plays into it. That
Yeah,
was a unique
crazy.
experience that we both. I know we lived through it.
Yes.
Force Awakens clears. I am a Force Awakens apologist. I love that movie. If it ended the way that it started, that would be the best Star Wars trilogy, in my opinion. So, but it didn't, and we live in a different timeline where we got the two bad movies to follow. Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie, no questions. That Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie. It's not my favorite, but it is
Like
the best.
better than the Revenge of the
Oh yeah,
Sith, better than wow.
it's not.
I
I like I said,
I don't
it's
necessarily
not my
dis.
favorite.
That's like that's a hot take. I mean, that's not a hot take. Like I don't necessarily disagree. I think that is a really good movie. But I do
Rogue
know
One
what you
is
mean
the
by
best
it's
Star Wars,
yeah
but it's not my favorite. Revenge of the Sith is my favorite. Rogue
yeah.
One is the best.
No,
Like
I don't
if
necessarily
you're
disagree.
gonna make a Star Wars movie, that's how you do it, in my opinion. And if you're gonna set the stakes up high, and if it's gonna mean something, you do it the way that Rogue One did,
Yeah,
and
that
you
movie
integrate it
is
seamlessly. Rogue One is, yeah, it's the best, the cream of the crop, in terms of Star Wars. And so Solo, it's a good C tier movie for me. I put this movie above Solo, in my opinion. Here's why: I can't get over L3 in that movie. L3 bugs me, and not because I'm like not because I watched all the YouTube videos back when it came out. Tanner and I liked Solo when it came out. I
yeah
remember watching that with you in theaters too. That we liked that movie. It just is, it's never stuck with me, and it's never had high enough stakes. Maul
yeah
Shadow Lord could change this opinion,
yes
but as of right now, this goes below episode 7 for me, above Solo. So it sits, it'll, if I do my math right, it sits in the 7, or it sits in the 8th or 9th slot on my list. It's better than both 8 and 9.
Yeah.
It's better than Solo in my opinion, and it's better than the Clone Wars movie. So I guess it does rank towards the bottom of my Star Wars list, but not because it's per se a bad movie.
Yeah, I agree. I would say there's only like I would say out of all the actually, if you were to say if you go on the list, there's only 2 really bad Star Wars movies, and that's 8 and
Agreed.
9, and
Ooh, there's 3.
and the Clone
movie
Wars
is
movie.
not
Yeah, if you
fantastic.
count that, no, that's not a good movie either.
Well,
That's not a good
the
movie.
Clone Wars movie is, so after watching it today, the Clone Wars movie is good because you go back and you're like, holy crap, we came so far from 2008 to 2020 when this thing ended, and you see it and you're like, wow, the development is exponential. And I think that's why it means a lot. Like watching it today when Rex tells Ahsoka, experience outranks everything. That comes into play in the last season. That's a conversation for another time. But I do think that movie deserves its props for being the start of something really, 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 really special. And you could see glimpses of that really special in there.
Yeah, and you could say the same thing for The Force Awakens, but like the opposite way, that the reason why that movie is not seen as a really good Star Wars movie nowadays is because of the movies after it that kind of ruined it. Because there was the development actually, instead of going up like the Clone Wars movie, it went whoop down. Force Awakens is better than the Clone Wars movie, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like it
but no,
could have
it's
been revered
comparable.
as better.
But here's another take is Mando and Grogu has nothing to build off of. They did not
No,
set
it
up a
does
darn
not.
thing in that movie. It was, hey, you can work for us whenever you want, Mando.
Yeah,
There's no setup. There's no greater impact. But I did tell Maya right after we got out of, this is going to be my last thing on this movie. I told Maya when we got out of the theater, I said, this is how Star Wars should be. This is how Star Wars will continue to grow. This is how Star Wars should show up in the theaters. We should be done with the Skywalkers for the big saga, that is. And we should just be able to tell self-contained stories. Like, that's why I'm so excited for Star Wars Squadrons. Or Starfighter, or whatever it's called. Star Wars Starfighter, the new one coming out next year. Like, the Top Gun looking moments in this movie with the Starfighters were so cool.
yeah, that
That's
was
how
cool.
Star
Like
Wars should be.
the opening credits.
Yeah, you should be able to drop into any point in the Star Wars universe and say, "Let's go tell that fun story," and it's worth being on in theaters. That if Star Wars wants to continue to grow, this is what they need to keep doing. They
I
just need to
100%
make
agree.
it higher quality. They need to
Yeah.
make it higher quality like Andor. So that's my last take. So Tanner, how on a scale of 1, let's go 1 to 5 Grogu's. What do you give this movie?
I
And
give
you can
this.
cut Grogu in half if you need to.
All right, I'm gonna cut Grogu in a lot of pieces. I'm gonna.
What,
I'm gonna give this.
You want 10 Grogu's? Do you want 10
Yeah.
Grogu's instead? Okay. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10 Grogu's, what do you rate this movie?
I rate this movie a 6 Grogu's. 6 Grogu's. It's good. That's about it. 6 Grogu's.
Okay. I give this movie. Tanner, I'm gonna stick with you, except I'm gonna go 6.5 to 7 Grogu's here. I think I'm gonna sit at 6.5.
Okay.
It left.
That's fair.
It was fun and enjoyable, but there was so much more that could have happened.
Yes.
That there was so much more of an impact that they could have brought. Worthy of being on the big screen, yes. So it gets 6.5, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. I certainly enjoyed your 6.5 Grogu's that you had to offer, John and Dave. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, John.
Well, in that vein, I think we can put a bookend on this for at least this week, and then maybe if
Yes.
you watch the Clone Wars movie at any point, we can bring it up on the pod. And who knows how we'll feel in 2 weeks or even 10 years for this. Let's turn it over. I love doing this kind of stuff. I've always wanted to do it on stream. Tanner, we are going to do a bounty hunter fantasy draft. So we each get 6 bounty hunters. And in the comments below and on Instagram, you're going to go and you're going to vote for whose team did better. Tanner and I have our lists of bounty hunters picked. It's my 6 bounty hunters versus your 6 bounty hunters.
Yep.
All right?
All right.
All right. And then are we going to rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first with the first overall
Or
pick?
yeah, or should we flip a? Yeah, let's rock paper scissors. All right, right?
No, we can. Let's flip a coin. Tell me heads or tails.
Yep. Heads.
Flip a coin. It says tails. Hang on.
So
That's
I
my
get.
beautiful wife. It says tails. You can cut steal.
All right. So do you get first pick or I get first pick?
That would mean because you picked heads, so I get first
Yeah.
pick then.
Yep.
All right. This is my first overall pick. Do I need to justify it, or is it already a given who goes first overall?
In my head, I know who goes first overall, but I don't know. And we're okay. Are we talking these players are in their prime, correct? All right. Yeah. Okay, that's who I was gonna pick.
You saw me type it in. All right.
Yeah.
With the first overall pick in this draft, there is no other bounty hunter that I would take than Cad Bane. Cad Bane deserves his flowers here. Now, Tanner, do you want me to justify why taking Cad Bane number 1?
I would have picked Cad Bane too. Honestly, like he just is. You already said it. He's just a badass. He's smart. He's like he always gets away. He gets the job done.
Dad.
Yeah, he is terrible dad. That's
He doesn't care about them kids. He cares about that bounty.
That's exactly. I want my bounty hunter dedicated. Have absolutely no life. He has to be dedicated to getting that bounty, and that's what Cad Bane is.
Exactly. You want your. He is cool, calm, and collected. Him in the Book of Boba Fett has some of the coldest scenes I've ever seen. His death in the Book of Boba Fett sucks, but him in the Book of Boba Fett versus Cobb Vanth is one of the coldest things in Star Wars live action that exists. I will die on that hill.
Yeah.
Tatooine belongs to the Syndicate. Coolest Western standoff I've ever seen. And him in the Clone Wars is just peak.
Yeah, him and
the box arc.
Yes.
Peak cinema.
Box art, yes. Yep.
All right. Tanner, you get the number 2 pick in your draft, but the number 1 for your team here.
So I'm picking somebody that is pretty popular as of lately. I'm going with the Mandalorian. I think.
Oh. Okay.
So should I justify my pick?
Yeah, no, I'm totally.
So I'm thinking of my team, Mandalorian. He's pretty morally based. Out of all bounty hunters, I want my team to be morally based. He's a good leader. He gets the job done. He brings him in. He asks him. He's so nice. He even asks him. He's like, do you want me to bring you in cold or do you want me to bring you in warm? Like it's just like I can bring you in cold or I can bring you in warm. And like he's a nice guy. Anyways, all right. The Mandalorian is my pick because he's kind of morally based, but he's also just like he's a little tank. He killed Moff Gideon. He killed like a bunch of guys. He gets the job done.
Did he kill Moff Gideon or did Moff Gideon die in an explosion?
Yeah, I guess Moff Gideon died in an explosion. But like
he went toe to toe with Moff Gideon.
Yeah,
when Moff Gideon was cool, he fought toe to toe with him.
Yes.
So does Mando have the Darksaber or does he not have the Darksaber? I think peak Mando is Mando that shows up in the Book of Boba Fett who has Darksaber, spear, jetpack, and has lost. I think that's peak Mando.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
what do you think happened to the Darksaber? I can't remember.
It was destroyed in season 3 of The Mandalorian.
That's
Go back and
right.
watch that because it's not
I
as
can't.
bad
I
as
can't
people
remember.
give. Mando's season 3 is not bad. It's just bad in the sense that it threw away everything that they were working towards in 1 and 2.
Yeah, for sure.
And Clone Wars. It's like the least rewarding Mandalorian culture arc. Period. Like it's Bo-Katan's show, and they didn't even do that well. So that's whatever. We can get to that later. All right. Well,
Next pick.
I'm gonna double check my list here because who I had number 2. I have 2 people who I thought you were gonna take number 2 or you for your number 1 overall, which I gotta be careful here. This is bigger than a fantasy draft to me. Like this is a big deal. I hope he slips. I'm gonna take Embo with my number 2
All
pick.
right.
Honestly, he could not get cooler after The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
Embo does not have a single down moment. And the only time that Embo has ever been down, I would say, is when he got shot during the Clone Wars and just had to get back up. He's never had a moment where he is not intimidating, and he's got his pupper always at his side. I think Embo and Cad Bane as a duo is dastardly. I'm pairing the 2 of them up. Yep.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. I'm gonna go my second pick. You kind of put me in a hard spot because I had Embo a little down my board, so I'm kind of like,
You did? Oh, see,
yeah.
I had Embo number 2. I thought you were going to take Embo number 1. Embo is your favorite bounty hunter. I thought for sure he was going first.
Yeah, but like Mandalorian defeated him, so I had to go with the stats.
No, Mandalorian did not defeat him. That was a lot going on.
Yeah,
There was,
fair enough. That was a lot going.
and he walked away from that fight, unlike the twins did. So
That's true.
Embo's walked away from quite worse things.
Yeah. Well, now you put me in a pickle because I got a father-son duo that I want to take with my second pick, but I don't know which one I'm gonna pick. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Jango Fett. I'm gonna take the experience, and I'm gonna take the literal template of the clone army.
I was kind of hoping that you would take Boba instead to pair up with Mando.
That would be an elite pair, wouldn't it?
I'm thinking about team chemistry too.
Yeah,
people don't have to vote that way, but that's how I'm thinking. Is like if I'm a head coach of a football, no, if I'm hiring 6 bounty hunters and I need them all to get along and not shoot each other, that's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, that is fair enough.
That's why I had Django number 3. That's why I almost took him number 2 for myself.
I figured that the person who taught Boba was Django. So like, but
and Cad Bane, but they don't get along.
Yeah,
they don't get along. They Cad Bane has a crack in his skull because of that.
Yep.
And they don't get along. Man, see, I was gonna take Django here. I don't think I can put Boba on this team. Because I don't think this team works with Boba at all. So, I want to know what you're thinking here. Is who I want gonna slip to 4 to me, or is it? Do I take it now? All right. I'm taking Ventress.
All right, fair.
At 3. At her peak, close to unbeatable. So do I have to say it? When she turned into a bounty hunter, she was very good at her job.
Yeah,
very, very
fair
good.
Enough.
And she worked alongside of these 2 at least once or twice. I would imagine. I think that she gets stuff done.
Yep.
But she
All right.
also is morally sound, I think, too.
Yes.
After everything that happened.
Yep. I agree. Totally agree. That's not a bad pick. You get somebody with lightsabers. Hey, pretty good pick.
Yep.
All right. So, but you left me no choice. You kind of let me. I'm bringing Boba Fett home.
I let him slip to you.
Yeah.
Boba Fett home. So you're just gonna go with every Mandalorian on the list? Is that what
Yes.
you're gonna do?
I'm just bringing. I'm making a full Mandalorian team. It's just.
Okay. Well, I think that this makes my next one pretty easy. I believe. I am gonna have to go with my fourth pick. I have to go Bosk.
Oh,
Right?
that
I mean,
that
I have,
was
I have to
that
go
I
Bosk.
wanted him so bad. He was gonna be
I
my
have to.
Dennis Rodman.
Oh no, you gotta go with Bosk, right? He's in the Clone Wars. He's great.
Oh,
Like never forget when you see him for the first time in episode 5 when he's just standing there and goes. Bleh. He's Trandoshan. He is that guy. You know, he's big. He's the muscle of my team right now for sure.
for sure. No, I totally get that. All right,
Go ahead.
with my fourth pick, I'm going with something that's a little unconventional here, but I think you'll respect. I'm picking Racco Hardeen.
No, I was gonna pick Reiko. Darn it. Reiko Hardy.
I just got done killing a Jedi.
Yeah, he really thought he killed that Jedi. If I could take Obi-Wan disguised as Reiko Hardy.
Is that what? Okay, that's what I'm figuring I'm taking though.
Oh, is that
Am
what
I
you're
not?
taking?
Am I not taking
No.
it? Okay. So
Are you taking the
Racco
actual Reiko Harding, or are you taking
Hardeen.
Obi-Wan to?
I'm taking Obi-Wan Racco Hardeen. Like that's who I'm taking. Is that
Okay,
allowed?
that's fine. No,
Is that allowed
I don't
though?
see why not.
Okay.
He showed up to the box as a bounty hunter. That is
Yes.
my favorite arc, and that not like besides the big arcs. That's my favorite arc in the Clone Wars. Like obviously Umbara, Fives, Yoda, all
Yeah.
the final one, Bad Batch. Like those ones are all awesome. But if I
The
had to say
box.
like my favorite, like my just personal, I love watching it every time. The box.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Gosh darn it. So you've got Obi-Wan, Reiko, Hardeen. Well, that means that Asajj and Obi-Wan can duke it out. I'm pretty
Yep.
happy with that. I'm happy with that. Okay. I need some brains of the team. I do. Right now, I mean, Cad's brains, for sure. But, see, you've put me in an interesting spot. I could take Dengar. He's on my list. I've got Dengar and Zuckuss.
Battlefront 1 hero.
Oh, hey, what about Zuckuss? Don't ever forget about
Yeah,
Zuckuss,
Zuckuss,
dude.
yo, Zuckuss.
Zuckuss is one of my favorite bounty hunters. I'm not taking Zuckuss, by the way. I'm looking through my list here. I'm looking through my list. I don't think he'll take this person, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take IG-11, not IG.
No!
That's my next pick, is IG-11. I think IG-11 is superior to IG-88.
IG-11 is Mando one, right?
The one from Mando, yep.
Yeah.
I think IG-11 is superior to IG-88. Hands down.
Dude, that's so sad. I really wanted to pick him.
IG-88 would make more sense in here, but I think because they're droids, it doesn't.
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
matter.
I get that.
And I want to steal that from you because I think he'd work with your team chemistry so well.
Yeah, he would. He would. He'd be like, you just like when the fight gets hard, he's just like literally, I'm gonna self-destruct. He just blows everything up.
Yep. That's why I'm taking him.
Dang, you're gonna
because
make me work.
I think that he will. I think that he'll slip into mine, though he doesn't make much sense here. I think that he makes more sense on your team, and I don't want.
Yeah, and you're gonna make me work for this pick because that was my next pick, and I really thought.
I know you got 2 left, buddy. What do you got?
Yeah. So, man, I really wanted. I'm gonna go. I could. You know what? Fennec Shan. She works
Gosh
well
darn
with
it,
Boba.
she was gonna be my next pick. Let's see.
She works well with Mando. She works well with Boba. Like, she's kind of an OG. She's good enough.
Oh man. Yeah. So I need to. I think Cad's definitely the smartest of the crew.
Yeah.
Now I need like the swing from left field here, and I've already got my droid pick. Hang on, I'm just double checking before I make this pick. Mm, gosh. Okay. You know how I told you? Oh, does this? Ooh. Question:
Yes.
Who consists of a bounty hunter?
Who consists of a bounty hunter?
Like, like our typical bounty hunters? Because I have three names that I have listed, but I don't know if they exactly.
Well, did they go on a bounty?
They're out for their own self interests. I have. I have three that I have on my list as question marks.
I guess just pick the one you want, and I'll tell you. I'm like, yeah.
Well, if I could, I would pick Hondo, but I don't. I think he's out of the scope. I think he's a pirate more than a
Yeah, because Hondo's a pirate. He hires bounty hunters.
I
Hondo
have
would be good.
I have Tobias Beckett on my list as one.
He's a bounty hunter. Yeah.
Or is he a mercenary?
I guess that, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I would think
He
he
he killed Ara Singh.
he
So
did.
he's in, yes, he did. So that's one of my options. But I think to round it out, I'll stick with the typical bounty hunters. All right. I've left with no choice. Zuckus. One of the most
No.
one of the most exponential trackers. He's good. He's got the big old sniffer of a nose. I love Zuckus. I'll take Zuckus because he's probably my favorite niche bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And there's no other way to wrap up this list than Zuckus. All right, I'll take Zuckus. All right, Tanner.
All right. I have a pick that I'm just double checking. See if this works.
Tanner has copy and pasted into ChatGPT.
No,
Just a double check. That's okay.
checking my work.
I did too. I had to check my work. I had to double check.
You know what? Screw it. I'm going with this. This is one of my personal, like, I don't know why I like this guy, but like I just gotta check his name because I forgot his name. But I know.
I love this character, but I do not know his name.
What is the? Okay, just a second.
I'm happy with my list. While you're working on that, I'm just thinking about my list. Honestly, your team has plot armor. I might not be able to compete with that.
Okay.
Your team has beaten my team head to head. Let's just put it that way.
Yes. I want
But that's only because of plot armor.
I want Daron, the Parwan from the box art, the octopus guy.
Oh, does he die?
I think he like maybe gets arrested. I think because I'm pretty sure he's on like the.
Hang on, I'm googling. Yeah, Daron. Yeah, I like that guy, the little fungus octopus.
Yeah, like he's just cool,
That's
and
a
he
good
like
pick.
he's
I
kind of
like him.
useful, and
He
he
is
seems
useful in one situation.
Yeah, he's my special. He's my specialist. If I need
Okay.
him, I need him. But I almost picked I almost if I had a seventh pick, I was about to pick Moralo
Moralo
Eval.
Eval. I
I
knew it.
almost picked
I
him,
knew it.
and
He
I was
was on
like,
my list too.
I was like, this is not gonna work with all these guys. Like he
Moralo
even he is not getting along with any of them.
Eval. He will not get along. All right, so a wrap up of Team Me. I have Cad Bane, Embo, Ventress, Bosk, IG-11, and Zuckuss. Tanner, recap
I think
your
it's a
team.
pretty good. Or my team is the Mandalorian, Jango Fett, Boba Fett, Rocco Hardeen, who's Obi-Wan in disguise, Fennec Shan, and Darwan. Darwan. I don't know how you say it. Darwan.
One of these things is not like the other. So you have the biggest plot armor team that
Yes.
I've ever seen. And you've definitely so Boba's beat Cad Bane twice.
Hmm.
Mando's beaten Embo for all intents and purposes, but I would say that they've both beaten each other. Ventress has never beaten Kenobi, I don't think. But if he's
Yeah,
disguised as Reiko, maybe it's
maybe.
in the cards.
Yep.
IG-11 versus Fennec Shand. Didn't Fennec get shot one
Yeah,
time?
she
Yeah.
died.
Well, kind
I
of.
think I'm gonna say
Close.
IG-11 might actually win
Yeah. And then
that.
Zuckuss. The R6 slot is definitely up for grabs.
Yeah.
Okay,
If
that was fun.
if you were to put this into like basketball terms, so basically like I've got yeah, basically IG-11's is Wemby.
So what I'm hearing is you have the Lakers
Yeah, I have the Lakers.
and
I have
I
prime
have
Kobe and
OKC
Shaq Lakers. Yeah.
and I have current OKC. Okay, okay. I love it. All
Yeah,
right.
Cad Bane is pretty much SGA.
Yes. All right. Well, let's move on. Let us move on. The next topic that I have for us is we have not talked about Maul Shadow Lord
No, we have
in
not.
any capacity. And I know it is getting late-ish, so
Hmm.
we can always cover this in more depth at some point. But Maul Shadow Lord, it
I loved
was
it.
good. It was really, really, really good.
It was.
My one complaint, I have one complaint for the whole show. I literally only have one. I know it's
I
my
think you
biggest
told me.
my complaint is also the show's biggest strength in some facets. I wish we would have left this planet at least once.
Yeah.
I wish that Janix we would have left. But we spent so much time on Janix, at least I remember Janix's name. Um, I loved that show.
Yes.
I loved
I 100% agree. It was good build up to a really amazing first season ending.
it. Yep, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Vader was amazing.
Vader
Amazing.
was like there was something like what like you felt like it was like watching a horror movie. Like it was, and that's how Vader should
It
feel
was.
like.
I
Like
agree.
Vader should like a good portrayal of Vader should never make Vader like obviously Vader can be defeated, but it should never make Vader seem weak because he's not.
You know, because he's not.
Yeah.
He ripped Rook's lungs right out his own body.
Yes.
Like
That
that is
was
insane.
yes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
No,
And
honestly, I'm excited to see where they take it.
yeah,
We're a little late to the trend, so I don't have any thoughts other than I can't wait to see what season 2 does
for
because
sure.
I'm really really excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with like Devin as she like now is kind of has
Yeah.
no strings
Oh, that
attached.
that the build up was great.
My prediction for my prediction for the show is that I don't think Lawson is dead.
I
I don't think he is
hope
dead.
I hope that Lawson's dead. I'll say that.
I
I think that they left it ambiguous on purpose, but they also left Tech's death ambiguous on purpose. And
yes.
remember that wound up Tech did actually die. well, I guess not as far as we know. I really, I really think that whole season loses its peak, and I loved every single side character. I really did, but I think that it's necessary for us to leave Janix and to leave Captain Lawson behind.
Yeah.
We can take Riley with us, but I think leave Captain Lawson behind because of how great his story was. I loved every character in this show.
Yes,
I
for sure.
loved I loved Docky. I loved the Lawsons. I I I am beginning to love Devin. I didn't love her from the start, but I
Mhm.
know that if if they keep it up, she will become one of my favorite Star
It's
Wars
like an
characters.
Ahsoka kind of vibe
Right.
where it's like she's meant to kind of almost be annoying.
Yeah,
Like she's
just a little
like,
bit.
yeah, because she's frustrated and upset with her state. Like, I mean, everybody, like even like every person gets annoying when they're like deeply frustrated with like where they're at in the world. And that's kind of like what Devin's supposed to be like. She's kind of supposed to be a little annoying and a little arrogant and a little like, and she's a teenager kind of like character that just like yeah thinks they are powerful enough, but they're not yet.
And easily corruptible too. That's
Yes.
uh that's a big part as well. Yeah, I definitely think that it was very enjoyable, that
Yes.
entire show. And all of the side characters were done so wonderfully. And characters oh gosh. Um oh, it starts with a V. What's the little guy's name? Vario? Yeah,
Yeah, Vario.
right,
Yeah,
Vario.
I love
Um
Vario, bro.
as somebody that by all means you should not like
No.
he was enjoyable. Spybot was great. His
Yes.
when Spybot was cut in half. Oh my goodness! And let's give our flowers to the Inquisitors, Merrick and the Crow. What?
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh!
very
They were
crazy.
sick. They were sick. And people are like, well, this doesn't make any sense. Ahsoka one tapped the Crow. Of course, Ahsoka one tapped the Crow. Ahsoka's Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like Ahsoka can do that. That's okay.
Yes.
That does not take away from anything else. Ahsoka can one tap the Crow.
Yes. And just the animation of those fights and like the lightsaber battles, just I mean the animation of as the whole, but especially like that one scene, like I always think about that one scene of them like running down the hallway. That was such like a cool like animated scene that just it
My
almost like
gosh.
it didn't even look Star Wars. It just came out of like it almost came out of like some. It was just beautiful.
It makes me think so, who's actually the guy who plays Captain Lawson. Another movie that he's in, Puss in Boots.
Oh
That the
yeah,
new Puss in Boots movie, very similar animation. That was highly praised. That I would love to watch those fights on the big screen. Can you
yes,
imagine? One
yeah,
day
I
I'm gonna
know.
rent out a theater so that we can
It's,
watch the
just watch that.
so that we can watch all of the Star Wars animation, like the best episodes. I want to rent out a theater so we can watch those. Like that would be so cool. That
That
would be
would be.
so so cool.
Yeah.
So this brings me to our next topic of conversation that I just wanted to throw in there because I will never let this die. Animated Star Wars is the best way to do Star Wars. No questions asked. Animated Star Wars is the best Star Wars. And it can do what live action can't do because they can show things and cool things like the Force and lightsabers in a different way and has no limitations. Animation is only limited by your imagination and what you can draw. And I think that animation is the best medium of Star Wars. And I will die on this hill.
I have to say I 100% agree. Like it just is. There's so much more they can do with animation, like with the even like just down to like the aliens and like the Mando. And we did see like a lot of progress actually in the Mandalorian Grogu with like aliens and stuff. But like just
Mm-hmm.
the alien species, the lightsaber fights. You're not limited by actors' athletic ability, like human limitations. You're not limited by that. You're all you have is just you can just animate kind of like whatever you want. And
People are finally realizing this. People are finally saying, after Maul Shadow Lord, finally, I haven't been telling you this
yeah,
since Clone Wars came out. Like, yeah, it is the best form of Star Wars. Of course, people are starting to believe this. I'm happy that people are starting to believe this.
for sure.
So,
And you can't be like distracted by like if there's I mean Star Wars is just gonna have a lot of CGI in general because it's just I mean it's not of this world. It's just I mean
right.
it's
A lot of
so
special
they
effects, for sure.
yes. And so like you don't have the distraction or the complaint of saying, well, that doesn't look that realistic. No, animation is animation. Everything is animated, so it's just gonna look like it belongs. Like scenes like one scene that comes to mind is like which actually they adapted really beautifully, honestly, into Ahsoka was the world between worlds, like that stuff like that. Like I don't know,
Beautiful.
like it was brought to life by animation because of just the
But
like
Ahsoka would have been so much better if it was animated. Ahsoka would have
yes,
been tenfold better than what it actually turned out to be. And it could have been 10, 15, 20 episodes instead of the 8 that we got. And the end could have been properly as big as it needed to be. Like, you can tell that with the Night Troopers in Ahsoka that the budget sucked. You could
yes,
tell that their budget was drained by the time they got to the end of that show because it felt like it. Zombie stormtroopers should be overwhelming and should be coming after you, and you should be scared.
yeah,
Instead, they look stupid.
they
And
just
it's
look like
because they're done in live action.
yep,
If they were done in animation, that conclusion, Ahsoka's story, I love Ahsoka's story. If Ahsoka's story was done without the limitations of real people and real humans, and if that space could have been filled more, Ahsoka would be a 10 out of 10 show. Ahsoka would be, people would be praising it the same way they praise Maul because the story and the creatives and the people who wrote Ahsoka are the same people who wrote Maul. Like it's the same crew. They're just doing it in a different medium. And if the medium is the problem and not the storytellers, you have a problem. Just like people say with the Mandalorian and Dave Filoni, the people hate Dave Filoni for what he does in live action, but they praise him and love him for what he does in animation. It's not the storyteller who's the problem because the stories are good. It's the medium. It's the
yes.
medium. It's the budget. It is. I
If
can't
you're
argue
gonna
it off.
Yeah, but yeah, I think actually a big part of it is the budget. Like if you're gonna do a live action, you're gonna have to spend more money, and like it's obvious because like you look at a show like Andor too, where like and like no, not even no offense to Dave Filoni, I think Dave Filoni's like he should honestly maybe he should just stick to animation because that's his thing. That's where he's most comfortable is telling his stories. Whereas Tony Gilroy is very comfortable telling stories in live action, and he was given a huge budget that he could kind of just do what he needed to do. And that show was
But it was always grounded.
beautiful.
It was always grounded too, though. It was never like we're gonna do the biggest space battle and we're gonna
That's
do
true.
overwhelming troops and we're gonna like
That
I
is true.
think as well. I think as well to Book of Boba Fett. If Book of Boba Fett was animated, that story that Book of Boba Fett tells
Yeah.
is a good story. But you don't have the problems in animation that you do with the Book of Boba Fett if it's not live action. And you still get those super sweet moments. I think tell me how putting the original Star Wars A New Hope, if you animated that movie, does it take away from it or can you add to it?
Like if you were to animate that movie today,
Let's say you animated it with the Maul Shadow Lord style. Does it take away to that from that movie and from its effect?
I would think you would I would think you would add to it because like that Vader Obi-Wan fight would be like if you were to like time travel and put it in animation today, like that movie would be make you cry because of that Obi-Wan Vader fight specifically in my mind. That's what I'm thinking of.
Agreed. I think the
Yeah.
only Star Wars project that you can't say that about is let's say Andor, the best of the best in live action.
Like
Put
that
Andor that one could struggle a little bit in animation because it requires you to be grounded in the people, right?
yeah.
Put
Same with
Maul
like Rogue
Shadow.
One.
Yeah, same with Rogue One. But put Maul Shadow Lord in live action.
It does not work.
It doesn't work. Put Rebels in live action. It doesn't work. Now, if you were to reanimate Rebels into the Clone Wars style, that's the best Star Wars show of all time.
Yes.
So for me, story above all else. But I am telling you, in my opinion, animation is the better mode and the better medium to tell the stories that are effective.
Yep. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. And it doesn't mean that live action can't be done, and that, like you said, like live action, like in Andor, like that needed to be live action, and that was done beautifully well. But it just it has to have the right circumstances.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, Tanner.
All right.
Move
And
away from a galaxy far, far away.
yes, sure.
I know I know we've got something on there for this week, but I'm gonna save it for next week
Yeah.
because I want to hear Alex's input with that
Yes, for
after
sure.
our movie club. Yep. All right. Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out. I'm hyped. We brought it up earlier.
I know.
It's gonna be good. Same director that did Shang-Chi. I'm
Oh,
so excited. I I have one hope for this movie, and it will be a good movie. No, if this happens, it's a good movie. If Daredevil shows up, it's a good movie. If Daredevil doesn't show
nice.
up, it can still be a good movie. But I'm telling you, to make this a 10 out of 10 movie, Matt Murdock shows up in his Daredevil's costume.
No, I'm really excited for this movie. And honestly, I haven't I need to start preparing for it, like rewatch some of the Spider-Man movies and like make
Agreed.
sure I know what I need to know for that. But I mean, I'm excited. Spider-Man movies always feel like they're just a big event. Like it just always feels like they're a big thing. I think this movie, especially after like No Way Home's hype and like the ending of that movie has been really hype. This movie should get a lot of hype. No, it'll be good. It's gonna be the first Marvel Spider-Man movie where I feel like Spider-Man will like not that I dislike. Like I actually am. I think some people really dislike Marvel's portrayal of Spider-Man. I've actually really loved it so far.
I
I'm not
love
one
it.
of those people that are like,
Yep.
oh, he needs to be like. But it will be like the first Marvel film where Spider-Man is just gonna be like a guy. Like he's just gonna be He doesn't have the extra technology. Like no one knows who he is. Like he's kind of
Hmm.
just struggling through life.
Yeah, agree. To be honest, I am with you in terms of Spider-Man in the MCU. I have always loved, Tom Holland's portrayal. I will never forget watching Tom Holland Spider-Man take Cap's shield for the first time and hearing the theater erupt. That
Hmm.
was a huge moment. And I remember where I was. I remember when I watched that movie. I was in Houston. I remember I was in Houston and I went to one of those dine-in cinemas and there were no tickets
Oh,
left. It was
really?
opening night. We sat in the front row and looked up. I remember that so well. Tanner, how many Spider-Man movies have we seen together? We watched Homecoming together.
Yes.
That was your first Spider movie
Yeah.
you watched with me in theaters, right?
I want to say, yep. We watched Homecoming together.
We did watch
We
Far From Home together too. We
and then we
watched.
watched No Way Home together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
So that's
Spider-Man
three,
is just one. Like Spider-Man is just one of those things where it's just so big though, because like we don't go like
right?
me and you don't go together to see every Marvel movie. Like maybe we used to go see the
Mm-mm.
Avengers. Like we went to go see Infinity War and Endgame together, but like we don't go to see
And
all these other ones that come out together. I
what did
think
we
we went
do?
to
So
see Black Widow.
Black Widow didn't come out in theaters.
It didn't? Oh shoot.
I
Ooh.
think it was Thor. It was Thor
Yes.
Ragnarok. It was Thor, and
Yeah.
then did we watch Thor: Love and Thunder as well?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so we don't watch every Marvel movie together. That's for sure. Like we didn't go to
Yeah.
watch Shang-Chi in
Yep.
theaters.
Or
We
Eternals or
or Eternals. What else has been in theaters for Marvel
I don't
lately?
even know. It
Gosh, hang
feels
on.
like not that much.
No, right? It used to be once a
It-
year.
yeah, I feel like they kind of almost took a break, which is okay because they had almost too much coming out. It's just like what couldn't even keep
Hang
up.
on. Uh,
Oh, Winter Soldier,
Brand.
like the new.
Yeah, Captain America. We did not watch together.
Yeah,
Deadpool and Wolverine. I went with Maya. Ant-Man
yeah,
and
I did
Wasp,
see that.
Quantumania, and Guardians. I did not watch either of those in theaters.
Yeah, me neither.
We watched Multiverse of Madness. We watched together.
Yes, we did.
Um,
That was a good movie. It was good.
yeah, it was okay. Okay, there we go. Yep, I've got the most recent ones. So, of the most recent movies, we've not seen any of them together.
Yeah.
Did we
No,
watch Did you watch Deadpool and Wolverine with me, or was it just Maya?
I did not, but I did watch it. I did watch
Yeah,
that movie. That was a funny
yeah.
movie.
Movie so much. Um, oh man, I had something to say about Marvel, but I forgot. I I am excited for Spider-Man. I really
Yeah, me
am.
too.
I think that this movie will be really, really fun. We watched we watched the Sam Raimi movies together, the Tobey Maguire ones. We watched them in your
Yes.
room when you were a kid. Do
Yeah,
you
I
remember?
do.
Well, I guess I was a kid too.
I do remember that. I remember watching, especially like I don't. I want to say I honestly don't remember watching the third one, but I remember watching the first one really well. Like I really
First one.
remember
I
that
remember
one.
watching the first one. We watched the
Yep.
first, second, and third. I hardly remembered the second one, which is people say it's
Yeah.
their favorite. I hardly remember that movie. And then we watched the Amazing Spider-Man movies too together in your
Did
room.
we?
That was when
I
we were
don't.
like on a we were on a tear in that time frame because we did Indiana
Yeah.
Jones, we did all of those movies
I
in your room,
remember watching Indiana Jones.
and then we did we did all the Spider-Mans in your room. That was like that was when we were together every single day at your
Yeah, when we
house.
were, yeah,
That we were every day we were
yeah,
together at your house,
for
especially over the
sure.
summer. It was
Like,
Battlefront on Xbox and Indiana
yes,
Jones.
yes,
Yeah,
Battlefront,
there was
yes.
a lot of that.
There's a lot of Battlefront and a lot of watching movies. No, for sure. I still remember when we basically spent 2 days watching Star Wars. I
We
do
did,
remember that. We watched
yeah,
all six
in
or
order.
yes, and
And
we
that
spent 2 days
had
doing
Rogue
it.
One come out yet?
I don't know. I want to
I
say
don't know either.
we watched it at home, but
I bet it was in prep for Solo. If I had to guess,
yeah, I think you're right.
that I think that's probably what it was. I think you and I were preparing for Solo,
Yeah.
and then
I
we did watch a lot of the Marvel movies together too.
yes.
You had a lot of those. I remember your mom would just be like, "What movie do you want me to get? What's the
Yes.
next one?" And
What's
she'd
the
order it,
next?
and it'd be there.
Yeah.
Like I remember that.
It,
It was like,
it,
"There's new DVDs this week."
yes. Time to watch another movie. Time to hit your quota. No, and then I remember like then I think I finally I finally got self-sufficient enough where like I can watch them on my phone and stuff and like so then
Hmm.
cuz Marvel there's so many Marvel movies. 'Cause I remember watching Civil War with you. Me and you like not in
Yes,
theaters but we watched it like at home.
I think in
I'm
your
trying
basement, if I recall
yeah,
correctly.
I do remember that. And so but like I kind of like started like watching them on my phone, so like I would just kind of binge watch them and then like call you after, like, hey, this is good. Like one of my favorite like the what do you call that like superhero movies was the Iron Man movies. I really enjoyed those.
I got to go back to those at some point.
Yeah.
I think I really have to revisit those at some point because I have them in my memory. I do, and I've seen them hundreds
Yes.
of times. They are so in like three. I only remember bits and pieces of. Like I
Yeah.
remember Trevor as the Mandarin. I remember that. And I remember the end of Spider-Man 3 when or not Spider-Man, Iron Man 3 when he blows up all of his suits. But genuinely, Iron Man 1, if you had to say, give me a recap of Iron Man 1, I'd be like, Tony Stark gets attacked by terrorists, is taken, builds his suit, and then his bad guy friend, who runs his company, takes him out of the suit. And now, actually, now that I'm trying to think about it, I do remember. Builds his own suit and then dies. And then he says, I am Iron Man. That's like how I would describe it. Tony Stark fights the CEO of his company.
Yep, basically.
The second one I do remember.
Isn't that the...
I want my Borg.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with Whiplash. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that one's good.
Yep.
So, hey, speaking of Iron Man, you have given me the layup right now for our next conversation. I put in big bold letters, what the hell is going on with Doomsday?
I have no clue.
Is that... there's no way this movie's going to be great. No way.
There's no build up to it.
No, they're saying it's just going to take over right after Endgame. Like what? Yeah, no, we as these two movies get closer, we can talk Marvel more for sure. Like, and I think that there will be totally room for us to talk more Marvel. But whoa. Tanner, I don't know what's going on with Doomsday. I don't think it can possibly be as good as everything else. There's no way. There's no way. It can't. They can't make it good.
No. Marvel became, in my opinion, too oversaturated. There's too many storylines to follow.
That's what happened in the comics, too. It was like, hey, we had this one story we were telling, and now it's like, hey, characters come back. Hey, we kill them. Hey, they're back, though, but we kill them. And then the multiverse. Yikes.
Yes.
For a podcast named after the multiverse, I'm not a fan.
Yeah. It was such a cool idea, and so it's like, wow, this is going to lead to... But then once it was like one of those things where you're like, oh, it looks way better. It looks saying the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Like, it just...
It was Kang. If it was Kang... I think Kang Dynasty... They were building towards that. I think if it was Kang the Conqueror, they would have something. And then if they used Kang to leap to Doom, I'm with you. But Kang that was tough for them. I think that losing Jonathan Majors was a big deal for them, a huge deal.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And like maybe if they didn't lose him, like maybe it would be on a better track right now. But it just, like, you know, like the thing that was so special about from Avengers to Endgame, like the original Avengers to Endgame, was that they were able to use all these movies to make one coherent storyline. And like every movie felt like it led to Endgame or an Infinity War. Like every single movie.
And I didn't love Infinity War. I will say this: Infinity War is not my favorite. I know, or I meant Endgame. I'm so sorry.
Endgame.
Infinity War is my favorite.
Okay,
Endgame,
I was gonna say
I did not love.
No, I understand.
Not my favorite crescendo of anything. I like the final battle, but to lead up to it, I don't love that entire movie. Infinity War is one of the best payoff events in anything I've ever seen. It is like, what? Do you remember leaving the theater? Oh my gosh. Yes. I will never forget. Oh, Tanner, come back. You guys see my background? I got Mando and Grogu. Hang on. That right there is Daredevil. Got Bidoof and Snorlax. So, there he is.
Literally left the theater.
You did literally leave the theater. You were reliving. We're literally reliving that moment.
I just got snapped.
So, do you remember leaving the theater? Because I watched that movie with you. I know for a fact I did. Because I remember walking out of that theater with you and being like what?
Stunned. Like, what just happened?
Nobody talked. No. None of us talked. On the car ride home, normally we always debrief about movies. On the car ride home, we did not say a word. It was like, what even happened? That was the craziest thing that they could have done. And I will never forget it. That's like, you had to have been there type of moment. Like, I imagine that's how people felt about Darth Vader being Luke's father.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, one of those all-time moments in movies. All time.
For sure.
All right. Well, now that we've talked about that, there is something I have on my list that I would like to cover because it's a thing that nobody's talking about. The new Spider Noir series with starring
It looks
Nicolas
good.
Cage. It looks good, but
Yeah.
nobody's talking about it. So this week, I literally have it on there as I'm going to watch this. I'm going to try this week. I'm trying to, in between work and everything else going on, and
Yep.
before we come back next week, I'm going to try to at least watch the first 2 or 3 episodes
Okay.
because that looks so much fun.
Yeah, it does.
I'm excited. I don't know anything about it other than Spider-Verse. It's a spin-off of Spider-Verse live action.
Mm.
But why not do a noir series with Spider-Man and Nicolas Cage?
It's just
So-
it's cool. Just cool.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
clips that I've seen, I didn't even know it came out. So
Yeah.
it's on Amazon Prime. So
Yes. Okay. I do not want to make us off topic, but I just want to talk about something since this is just like speaking of Amazon Prime shows. I am watching Invincible right now. Have
are
you
you
watched
okay?
that
That's on my list. It's on my list of things I have to get done.
That
this summer.
I'm on season 3 right now out of 4. I just started watching last week. It's terrible. It's really addicting. But
no,
it is a great show. It is a really
never
good
seen it.
show. No, I
I've
would
never
totally
seen it, so it's okay.
recommend watching it.
I'll watch it. I'll put that in Spider Noir. Hang on, I'm gonna put this on my notes. Yep. Invincible, because I have heard such great things about that show, but I haven't started it yet.
Yeah. That is one of those shows that because it's animation too, the animation makes that show so much better too. It's one of the as we were talking about animation, live action, tying back to earlier, that the animation of that show brings out the story of that show. And when you watch it, you'll see what I mean too. The fights in that show are insane because of the animation.
Yeah. Well, I would love to watch it.
Yeah.
I know of the clips, and I know the think, Mark, think. I know that.
Yeah.
So,
Look at what they have to do to
I
match
know
a
of the memes.
fraction of our power. No.
Yeah, I would love to go and watch that show. And I see all the interviews, and I see all the people just speaking so highly of the show, and I have never seen it. I am so out. Just like I've never seen The Boys, which is on my list for this
Yes,
summer.
that's also on my list of this summer. Yeah, I had a really good friend at school. He was like, "Yeah, you gotta watch this." And then my history teacher was like, "Yeah, you gotta watch this too." And I was like, "All right, yeah, watch this when it starts to be when summer starts." And I'm gonna say I don't regret it. It's really I'm really getting into the story. The characters are very they're very likable, and even the characters you're supposed to hate, you still have an understanding of them. You kind of understand, you get them. So it's really nice.
I'll watch it. It's on Prime, right?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Wow. So Spider Noir, Invincible, and The Boys are all on Prime.
Yes. Good lineup.
Cool. Okay. Good lineup. Good lineup. They're super underrated lineup. They got Marvel in there, and then they got 2 other superheroes. Wow.
Yeah.
That seems like the place to go if you want to watch superhero stuff right now.
Yeah.
Well, Tanner, we just talked about movies that we cannot wait to play or watch.
Yeah.
Can we talk about some games that we can't wait to play?
Yes. Let's talk about some games.
Please. So I have a personal list that I need to go through, and I'm gonna try to stream I call it the backlogs.
Yeah. And
I
try
call
to
it the
finish them.
backlogs. I gotta finish. The biggest one that I've put how many hours into? I think I've put over 55 hours into this game.
Yeah.
And I have not completed a single main quest. Tears of the
Tears
Kingdom.
of the Kingdom. Yeah, I
I
know.
still have
That took me about 2 years to finish, and I really put a lot of time. I think I put over 100 hours into that game before I finished. And I probably the crazy thing about that game is you kind of almost have to make the mental decision. It's okay, I'm just gonna finish this game, because you get to the point where you could just play for hundreds of hours and still not get to the point where you're 100%. And so you also have to be okay, I'm just gonna finish the game because I've done everything I want to do. There's still way more I can do, but I just need to get this done.
That's how I feel about Donkey Kong right now.
Yes.
When I'm playing Donkey Kong, I'm just Monkey. Monkey.
Smash.
Monkey smash. I love that. I love that so much, but it's just. I
It,
mean,
it it becomes a lot. It's like
oh
almost
my god,
overwhelming.
goodness. I think I'm 2 or 3 worlds away from being done with that game, and I got it last summer. So
Yeah, I know. I think that's also about for me too. Like I'm 2 or 3 worlds away,
I think
and
you and I have 2 or 3 games similar that we have to finish this
yes,
summer.
yeah.
Jedi
Jedi
Survivor.
Survivor, I gotta finish.
Yep.
That's
Same. Honestly, that's on my list sooner rather than later.
yeah. I just want to like get this. I should just like not this is it's a fun game, but I should almost just like just get the story done. Like just go through the
Yeah.
story and
Yeah. I see. I was playing it on Jedi Knight mode or Jedi Master, and
yeah,
the parries and the it's a hard game.
yeah, for
When you
sure.
play it on a harder difficulty, it is a hard game. I have there is a certain boss fight that I am on, and I won't spoil it for you because I don't know where you are right now.
Yeah.
There's a boss fight that I am on that I cannot get through. I have been stuck on this boss fight for 2 years. So
Wow.
yeah, every time I revisit it, I throw my controller through the wall and say, "I'm not playing this game anymore." So what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna change it to Padawan mode so I can enjoy the story.
Exactly. Hey, I don't blame you. Like it might. Yeah, I think I. You know what? That might be like some games. Like I just want to enjoy a good Star Wars story. I don't want to be stressed out about fighting like the biggest boss in the world.
Yep, I agree with you. Okay, you know what else is on my list? Speaking of Star Wars, Star Wars Outlaws, which is on Switch 2, and it
Oh
runs
yeah.
beautifully. It runs beautifully. So
I heard.
highly, 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 highly would recommend picking it up at a sale price on Switch. And
Yeah,
Hondo's in
is
it,
it?
so like,
Oh yeah. You think it's fun? I'm just curious because that's like
I think it got a really bad rap because it's an open world Star Wars game and you can't choose who you play as,
yeah.
and you can't choose the character. And to be honest with you, I don't love the main character. I don't love her motivation. I don't. She's not my favorite. Like I would rather play as Cal Kestis. But to be fair, I am a white dude in my 20s, so that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, I'm sure that other people like that, but then again, I feel like I'm in Star Wars' target audience, white dudes in their 20s. Um, that might be naive of me to say, but that's how I feel. And I let's just say I want to see Hondo, so I will get through it. I'm about 10 hours into that game. I love the ability to pick and choose who you have alliances with.
Yeah.
I'll say that. So, in terms of like think of Red Dead's system where it's like good honor, bad honor. Now think
Yeah.
about doing that with all of the criminal syndicates in the galaxy.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
Yes. Yes. Now, Ubisoft is Ubisoft, so a lot of it is behind paid DLC. But if you buy it on Switch, the only option is to buy, and it's enough past at this point that it's always
Yeah.
on sale. So if you can buy it for $30, the complete full edition with all of the DLC, I say pick it
Mm.
up and play it over the summer, like on in an airplane or wherever.
Yeah. Just do it for sure.
Yep.
You know, like I know we probably want to finish up, but like I just want to like talk about this quick. You know what? Like I was just thinking about like a Star Wars game that like was I felt like had so much. At least me and you, like it was so much hype. Like you're so excited for it that just kind of like really disappointed was like
Huh.
the new Lego Star Wars movie, sorry, game.
Okay.
That the what was it called? Was it the Complete Skywalker Saga?
The Skywalker Saga, yeah.
Yeah. Like I felt like that
I
was a kind of a disappointment.
I 100% of that game.
Did you?
Yeah, I
Okay.
played that with Max.
I
I played the entire thing with Max.
okay.
Um,
Well then never mind. Maybe it's
or
not. I guess I just never got into it. Maybe it was just like something that's
I
just not meant for me.
I tell you what, over the summer, how much have you played of it?
Like maybe like 15 hours.
Okay, Lego games are meant to be played with somebody else. I'm telling you that right
Okay.
now. If you and I sat down and tried to get True Jedi on every level and sat and did co-op and streamed it, I guarantee you would have a different outlook on that game.
Okay.
So if
That's
there's a
fair
time
enough.
over the summer that's like something that we could do, I genuinely think that you would have a different outlook on that game. It
Yeah.
was it doesn't have the same nostalgia, but it's objectively a better game than the complete saga.
Okay.
I know I think that it would be fun to sit down and play the Lego Star Wars games. Like Star Wars
Yes.
The Clone Wars, the Lego one. Like I loved that game as a kid. I'd love to go back to that. Lego games are tough when there's no nostalgia, man. When the
Yeah.
nostalgia is not attached to it, it's like, oh, these games are just kind of uh,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So I guess that was more of a personal thing. I don't know. I just never was able to get into it. Maybe it was just like I guess some games don't necessarily are not for everybody. Maybe it just was like one of the I was like, oh, I don't know. But I mean it doesn't mean I think it's probably still it was still a good game, but I just never got into it. But I should probably try to get back.
Agreed. Are there any games coming out this summer that you have on your radar at all? I don't think I have anything on my radar for this summer.
No,
I have a
me
game that I
neither.
want to play. Indiana Jones and the Great
Yeah,
Circle. I
dial.
want to play that because it came out on
Okay.
Switch.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I really wanted to get Pocopia, but I just never
I
like when
have
I
it. I've never played it. I
yeah,
literally have it on my Switch. I downloaded it day one. I have yet to
yeah,
play it.
that's kind of the same thing with me too. Like I just was planning to get it, and I just never did because like the time it came out, I was just like super busy, and I really wanted to play it, but like now like the hype is over. I feel like so like I don't really feel the need to get it. There was one other game that was like when that came out around that time that
Lego Batman just came out, but I won't play
yeah.
that.
Oh,
I'm not a Lego
Tomodachi
Batman player.
Life. That's one move.
Oh,
That's one game actually I want to get.
I've put 60 hours in that game. You'll
That's
have to
crazy.
you should get it. I highly recommend that game.
Okay.
I've put so much time into that game. You would not believe. I will show you at some point. I will show you some of the stuff that I've done in that game because it is
That's
insane. I if I can't stream that game because of what I've done in there. It's like that bad. Um, I'll send you pictures later.
okay. Okay.
Um, Final
Oh no.
Fantasy VII remake is coming to Switch this summer. Honestly, I am seeing nothing.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm
Gaming
seeing
just
nothing.
doesn't have the same hype as you know. One game I do
I
want to
agree.
play is uh is
Star Fox is coming out this summer.
oh
I
yeah.
might I might play that. I might
I
because I've
want
never played a Star Fox.
oh yeah. That might be good to try. One movie that or movie, sorry, game that I do want to maybe get, which is one that came out a lot, like I think it came out like a year or two ago, but I do want to just get it. Is like Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Like I it was one
I
game
have
I
that.
always wanted to play, but I just never got to it.
Does it have an online
I
or is it
think
just
I think it
because
does.
if you get it, I would play online.
Yeah, or like the game, the Kirby Forgotten Land. Like that was a good game
Well,
that
yeah,
came out. That I
that's
feel
on
like
my.
just
I haven't played that. Alex loves that game. Alex
yeah, like I
loves
was
that game with his whole heart.
yeah, like that was
Super
a
Mario Wonder features a robust connected online multiplayer experience. It requires Nintendo Switch Online. Oh, yeah, I'll play that online with you. I'd love to.
yeah, that'd be kind of
I
fun.
have that, so I would love to play that game with you. The Piranha Plant level is awesome. Oh, Wolverine is coming out this summer, but we don't have PS5, so what does that matter?
Yeah, dude, I do want to get a PS5 at some point in my life, but before the
Me too.
PS6 comes out.
Biggest
But
regret of my life was going Xbox this generation instead of.
same,
But
same.
now that I have my Switch 2, I don't touch my Xbox. The only
No,
reason to touch my Xbox, no joke, is because Battlefront's on my Xbox.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
the only reason. If they moved Battlefront 2 over and ported it to Switch 2, I would never touch my Xbox ever
Yeah,
again. If Jedi
100% agree.
Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order, and actually I wouldn't want to lose my data on my Xbox because
Yeah,
I am like level 900. I'm max level on almost everything. But the
What about
severe lack of games brings me to this. We have not had a Nintendo Direct in a long freaking time. A
no?
long time. They just shadow dropped Star Fox for the summer, which means that they
Yeah.
have nothing right now. We know about Pokemon because that's coming out next year. Thank you, Pokemon, for finally taking your time. So this is a bigger conversation. You have a Switch 2. I have a Switch 2. I have had my Switch 2 since launch day. It has been about a year. Kind of underwhelming. I love my Switch 2. I love playing games on my Switch 2, and I
Yes,
play on nothing else. But the starting lineup to start with, I didn't love Mario Kart World, and I am a Mario Kart fanatic. Mario Kart 8 is
yeah, I 100% agree. Mario Kart 8 is the better Mario Kart. Like
and
looking
maybe I
back
just
at it.
haven't played it enough. Pokopia, I've heard is really good. I'd love to get into it more. I've not touched it. Tamagotchi Life came out on Switch 1 and 2, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4, nobody
Talks about, which is
nobody. Did you
crazy
get
after
that?
that.
Did you get it?
No, I no, I didn't. And like I feel like that game had so much hype, and then all of a sudden just like it came out and
It's
like
because
it
it took
just
so long. If it would have come
yeah,
out
it
5
took
years ago, it would have been a whole different story.
yeah. That's actually that's the part I was gonna say. Like I don't know. I almost felt like they released too much at the end of the Switch's life. Like maybe if they would have waited like a year or two for some of the games they released, like maybe there would have been more hype around the Switch too. But like then there's another point, like you just said though, like if they would have waited too long, maybe the hype around something would have like with Metroid Prime 4, like they waited too long.
Donkey Kong is awesome. Donkey Kong is
Donkey
so
Kong
much
is
fun.
awesome. Donkey Kong is a great game.
Yeah,
But
but
like
it's not Mario.
yeah, it's not Mario. It's not a Zelda game. It's not a Mario game. It's not it,
I don't know.
yeah.
It's we're in such a weird spot right now with the Switch 2. It's like if I defend it, it's like, hey, you're a Nintendo shill. But if
Yeah.
but if I
I love that
if
term.
I would be lying if I said I don't pick up my Switch 2 every single day.
Yeah.
I do. It's the best way to play it's the best way to play Fortnite. I could play it
Yeah.
in handheld mode. I can play it. I love playing Fortnite on my Switch. It runs so well. But if
The
you don't
Switch 2 itself is
like
probably one of the best consoles.
yeah, I think so too. It's just an upgraded Switch which was so necessary.
Yeah.
I don't know. A year later it feels really weird.
Yeah, I agree. Like the games, there isn't like a like I love Nintendo. Nintendo is like out of like Xbox is like there's Xbox has never put out a game where I've been hyped about. Like it's always been games that other people have put out on my
I
Xbox at
really thought I
least.
was gonna like Starfield from
Yeah,
Xbox.
me too. And then I
And
don't even
I
think I
didn't
ever
even
got
buy
it.
it. I
Nope.
didn't even buy it. And Game Pass is so expensive now, it's not even worth.
Yeah,
Like
it
I
used
always
to be like
justified
a
having an
deal.
Xbox. Yeah, I justified having an Xbox because I was like, Game Pass, awesome. I can play every game that I want just to go for it.
Yep, exactly.
Game Pass is so. I remember when you spent $60 a year on the Game Pass subscription and you could get whatever you wanted.
Yep.
And that's just not the case anymore. And it's just too expensive. It's way too expensive. They slashed prices, but they went from $26 or $27 a month back to 22 or 23, and that's still too much.
Yeah,
That's
that's
too
like
much.
20
It,
that's $250 a year pretty much, right? All right.
I'd have to play 4 or 5 games a year to like make
Yeah.
that worth my
Yeah.
time, and it's just not.
Mm.
Even having Call of Duty games first, like I don't even love COD that much, but it's
Yeah.
not worth it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's all I have for games. There is a miscellaneous thing that I put on there. Lego Pokemon Smart Play sets were revealed today. Did you see those?
No, I did not actually.
Okay. It's
I did not.
it's worth noting that they are Smart Play sets and not like collector sets.
Hmm.
I'm a big Lego fan. Smart Play has nothing to do with me. I'm a grown man in my 20s who's married. I'm not playing with Smart Bricks. If
Yeah, I
I had
agree.
kids, maybe I'd be buying Smart Bricks. There's one set, and I'll send it to you later, and maybe I'll put it in post. the Bidoof set looks so cute, and I would get it's Bidoof and Bulbasaur, and I love it. And if you can't tell, I'm quite a Bidoof fan. Quite a Bidoof
Yes.
fan. The Mewtwo one looks good too, but everything else looks so trash because they try to fit smart bricks into it. That was something on my list that I just wanted to be like, hey, that's a thing that
Yeah.
happened today.
Smart bricks in general are just like, I don't know. I
The
think
Star Wars
Lego.
ones are atrocious.
Yeah, I think Lego is like, man, this is gonna be the next big thing that's gonna make us so much money. But like, I don't know. I don't know a single person that's bought one, or
It
I'm not
takes
even.
away the creativity of Legos.
Yes.
Tanner, did you and I ever think, oh, I have to integrate my technology with my Legos? Do you
No.
remember what we used to do with Legos, dude? It was we would build things. I still have that mock that we built during COVID. I
Yes,
still have
that
it.
was so
I
cool.
I have it still, like attached, and it will never be broken down. It is currently sitting in a box, but I do have it. When we were kids, we would bring Legos to the pool, and it was
Yes.
pow, 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 pow. My favorite set of all time, and I think you have something to do with this, is the Lego Y-Wing from 2016.
The
Do you
U-wing,
No, the U-Wing's great. The Y-Wing.
or the Y-wing. Oh yeah, the
I
Y-wing. I
That's my
have
favorite set of
destroyed like
all time.
3 of those things
You
playing
have.
around.
You absolutely have. No, I
I
love
I
them.
do remember
But
destroying yours. Wait, I do remember this.
yeah,
Wait, can you tell the
yeah,
story?
yeah.
That'll bring me back. Oh my gosh, wait, I remember this.
Oh, so I, which one? What about when we strung them up? Do you remember
Yes.
that? Is this what you're talking about?
Oh, at grandma's.
The zip line.
Oh,
Do
I
you remember the
remember
zip
that
line?
now. Yes.
We
And then
we set up a zip line in my grandma's living room. She has this just tiny little space where you can see the living room from the upstairs. We set up a zip line from the upstairs all the way down that went through the living room. And if you weren't there, it's hard to visualize. Just know
yeah.
this is a treacherous space to be doing this. We were like, what if we send our Star Wars ships down the zip line? The first one, we send my Y-Wing down. Explodes. And I'm like, well, oh well. And then we're like, well, Tanner, let's send your U-Wing down after we make some changes. And Tanner and I made some changes, tightened the string a little bit, reinforced it, and then we reinforced the U-Wing. And then it went down and made it all the way, and then we rebuilt the Y-Wing, we rebuilt the U-Wing, we rebuilt the zip line. No joke, for 5 or 6 days straight, we sent every ship we had. It only had a few crash landings, but it was
Yes.
so much fun. I don't remember what you did to my Y-Wing.
I swear I remember us playing around with it and
Well,
I
no,
just
you,
like dropped it and it just
yeah, you definitely did.
shattered.
No, you did. That's
I
definitely happened.
remember,
That happened more than
yeah, I remember playing with my own Y-Wing. I think this was by myself, just like myself just messing around with it and just basically throwing it across my living room, acting like it was crashing, and it like just shatters. And I don't think I ever like was able to rebuild it because I broke it so bad I couldn't even
I
fix it.
think
I
is
think
it
I like
still in a
snapped.
bag?
Yeah, it is.
You did. I remember that. I
Ye-
remember that. Is it still in a bag somewhere?
Yes, it is. I think the like the you remember he used to have like the long parts, like the really long like
Hmm.
rods. Like, I think those are.
Yep.
I think one of them like really snapped.
I
That thing
no,
went through.
it did. I remember that.
That thing went through like hell
But
and back. The poor Y-wing.
we used to take our Legos to the pool and just have the biggest battles at the pool. Like
Yeah.
I don't think I bringing things back to smart bricks. I don't think I ever thought, "Oh yeah, I need sounds for this."
Yeah, exactly.
My best memories with Legos, especially with you, is
Making
playing
your
with
own.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like
Making your own
this
story.
this is what we're doing. This is what we love doing. And this yeah,
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
I remember building like a like my own like it was ugly. I don't know what I was thinking about. My own like
We're so
like
proud of it.
pirate ship. that was like
So
green
valid.
and pink and orange, and I don't even remember what all the colors were, but it was so cool. I was so proud of it, and I don't even remember if it floated because
Do
I
you still
remember
have
like
anything on display in there? Do you
it
still have
like
anything in your room?
yeah, I do. I have a ton. You want to see everything?
Do you? Yeah, yeah. What do you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen your. Honestly, I haven't been in your room in forever, which
All
is
right,
crazy because I feel like I spent most of my childhood there.
all right, multiverses. We're gonna see all my Legos. Can
Yeah,
I
I'm
turn my
not at
camera
my.
around?
You
So we
should.
got you got the. Oh, can I turn it around?
You,
I don't know
you
if I
should be
can.
able to. No,
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't. I don't know.
But anyways, so I have the International Space Station.
Oh my gosh, I have the ISS. I've never built it.
Yeah, the Discovery space shuttle, which is pretty cool.
I I want the space shuttle so bad.
Yeah,
You have some of my favorite sets of all time.
yeah. Well, because I think you told me what yours are, and then I think that's what I got. Like I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Colton likes that one. The
Yep.
Saturn, that one was cool. The White
Oh my gosh, I
House,
love that. White House doesn't even look like
the
that anymore.
yeah, I know, right? The bonsai tree, yeah, that's outdated. This is like the Apollo.
It's the moon landing.
Yeah,
Yep.
can you see
I
that?
love that set too. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Um,
the con exclusive uh medical frigate.
yeah, yep, the medical figure, then Vader's castle,
Still
Empire
one of my
State
favorite
Building,
sets.
New York, London, Statue of Liberty. Can you see that still?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, you're good.
The
I'll tell you if I
Tantive,
can't see some. I want that set so bad for my
yeah.
own collection. You
Y-
have such a gem of a collection there.
Yeah. Winnie the Pooh, that's just random, but
I
I
love that
just
set.
love that set, and I was like, yeah,
It's
I gotta
one of
get
my
that.
favorites.
Grogu is back there in the corner.
The OG.
Yeah. BB-8,
Also
the
the OG. You and I built those ones together. We both got it from
yes,
Grandma. We
I
got it from
remember
Grandma in the
the
same year.
yep, AT-AT.
Yes.
Remember building that. That was cool.
Hmm.
Uh, the
You and I also got that one in the same year.
probe droid
The probe
or
droid.
the
Yep,
yeah,
I got it.
and Yoda.
Yoda.
Yeah,
I
the original helmet set.
Yes. I have all of the helmets except for the Bausch helmet, which I need to get at some point.
Yeah, and then this is my personal favorite, the N64.
I've always wanted that set. I was so jealous when you
Yes,
got that.
I know. That's kind of it for my. That's like I feel like I think the last one I added to my collection I want to say is I think it was the Winnie the Pooh set. I think that was the
Hmm.
latest one. And then I kind of just like, well, Legos, like, you get older and like, number one, you don't have the time to build Legos anymore. You kind of
And they
like
get
your
more
priorities change.
expensive.
They do.
They get so much. You want to talk about priorities? I put a Lego set in a box in the background for today. It's in the box. It's
Nice.
not even built. I have 4 or 5 helmet sets I haven't built yet.
Yeah,
I
I know.
have I have the International Space Station, which I haven't built yet, and I still, which will never get opened. I have the very first 501st Battle Pack I ever bought for
Oh
us.
yeah.
I have it in the box.
The five when the 501st Battle Pack came out, that was crazy.
It
That was
was
so good.
it was
And then
quite a thing.
yeah, and I think I have like I think I have mine downstairs. Like I think I kept like that because like I made a spot downstairs for like stuff that because I kind of ran out of room to display everything in my room. So like there's a spot down in my basement for that stuff, and then that's where I got
Yeah,
the
all
Y wing, the U wing, and stuff. I haven't built like I have an R2 set that I haven't finished building.
that's
I like
right. That's a
started
big
it.
one.
It is a big one. I think it's because I like the sets I never finished were always like sets that like I lost a piece or like I just couldn't find a piece and then I like almost gave up on it and
Yeah.
then yeah and then it just kind of like got put away.
You know, of a set that I love that I have, and it's actually yours because I lost mine. And yours found its way to my house, so it's on well, it's not on display anymore, but it was on
Yeah.
display until mine I cleaned the room. Vader's transformation from 2016. You and I both had
Oh
that set.
yeah.
Yours is the one that's on display at my house,
Really?
not mine.
I didn't
Yeah,
even remember that.
yeah. Yours is the one
That's
that's on
funny.
display at my place. Um,
You have the
it's
gunship, don't you?
I have the
Sorry, this
UCS
is
gunship.
I
No,
want
no,
that. I wanted that.
it's one of the most hated sets of all time. So I have three UCS sets that I really want right now, and two of them are retiring this year. One of them's already retired, so I'm screwed.
Wait, which one?
The Falcon is retiring this year.
Really?
Yes. And I want to get it so bad. So I think I'm going to try to save my money. And I'm
And
going to
try to
tell
get
Maya,
it.
I'm going to be like, hey, 1 year anniversary president, this would mean the world to me if you got this for me someday. UCS Razor Crest, I want with my whole heart. That is one of my
Yeah.
favorite sets of all time that I don't own. And then a follow up to that is, oh gosh, Jabba Sail Barge, which retires this year. I want so bad. $500, which now that I have a big boy job, I can justify. As soon as I get it done, I can justify it. So
I've always wanted the Star Destroyers, like the Venator and the Star Destroyer.
The full one. I think
Yeah.
Venator's retired, isn't it?
Is it? Oh, that's too bad.
I think so. But so Tanner, there's a store up here that I have yet to go to, which I would love to go to for the first time.
Yeah, I think you were
It's called
telling me about this.
Yeah, it's called Wappy Bricks. It's just north of us here in Milwaukee. Actually, WLC alum. His brother still goes here, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I have followed him since he was here at WLC. He now is one of the biggest buyers and sellers of Lego in the entire country. So one of these days, when you're up here, we'll have to go up there and experience it. There's one set. So the first Lego set I ever got was, I think it was a 2008 or 2009 set. It was the Clone Wars Anakin. Right, let me see if I can find a picture of it. I haven't pulled much up for this. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here it is. I want a copy. I told Maya. I said, I want a set of this. Hang on, Tanner.
You're good.
I want a set in the box of this, and I want a physical copy that I can build. So I want to buy two of these essentially. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop 200 smackers on this guy at some point. This set. I had three of them. I got
cool set.
3 of them for Christmas one year.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's like one of those underrated sets that nobody talks about.
Yeah. Oh wait, is that from that Snow Out episode?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Which it has an exclusive Anakin, and nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it at all. So this is on my list of things that I'd love to get.
Sure. That's cool.
It's definitely on my list.
Yeah.
Dude, we talked about Legos way more than I thought.
We did. Sorry. Yeah, we did.
No,
But Legos are
that's
so.
what this is for.
Yeah, Legos like there's so many. There's memories that you were talking about that like I remembered, but I didn't. You don't even recall until you start talking about it. You're like, oh my gosh, we did so much. Like the zip line stuff and like the Lego mock we did. That was insane. And like I didn't even, like it almost was like I didn't even realize how much time we spent together. Oh my gosh, we spent a lot of time together.
You don't remember how much time we spent
I guess I remember it, but like you almost like it's like you kind of almost take it for granted, and you're like, oh my gosh, we spent a lot of time together. Like that mock was huge.
We spent so much time
Yeah.
together all the time. There was hardly a day where I went without seeing you for probably 10 years, maybe 15.
Yeah.
It was really when it changed was when I moved over to Hano, because it was just like we're on different schedules now. But it's it's not like we stopped doing stuff. This is why I like doing this, because this will be so much.
Yeah.
This will be so great for the two of us, because it'll just be like, oh, we're doing what we've always done.
Yes, just talking and for sure, and like we did a lot.
We did a lot, and there's so much more that we can talk about on the. There's so much more that we could talk about on the podcast too. Like this is probably going to be one of the most cool experience. One of the cooler podcasts that we have lined up. For
it's like
especially with Movie Club. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like our personal like memories and experiences too.
Yeah, and
I'm
I
just
can't
like,
wait to introduce Alex to some of these too. Like
yes,
I can't
for
wait
sure.
to show him some of this stuff.
Yes.
So hey, talk about perfect segues. We have had a bunch of them today.
Yeah.
That leads us to our movie club announcement. So this week's movie club, little drum roll. Oh wait, hang on. I have a drum roll sound effect. Give me 1 second.
Oh, really?
Where
All
is it?
right.
Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Star Wars Episode 1. Alex has never seen it, or he's seen it, but he's never actually watched it, and never had to cognitively think about it. So for Alex's sake, and for Tanner's sake, because the fact that you're thinking that it's even equivalent to Mando and Grogu, let's not. Tanner, for you, I do have something that if you're interested in, I have it pulled up, okay? I have this pulled up. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get it presented on the screen for you really quick. All right. So, Tanner, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, what is this? This is
The
a
Star Wars
this is some
chronological order. Oh my gosh,
this is a
that's like,
spreadsheet that I have worked on. Yes, I did this, by the way. This
oh,
is
you,
it is
oh.
still a work in progress. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to send you this
Okay.
because for Alex, I just want him to watch episode 1. For you, I have a specific task. I want you to watch Tales of the Jedi, the 2 Dooku episodes that take place before episode 1. I want you to watch those before you watch episode 1. And then watch
Okay.
episode 1, and then I want you to watch the Tales of the Jedi episode that takes place after.
Yes.
That will enhance your experience tenfold with this movie.
Okay.
And episode 2. It will do such wonderful things.
Okay.
But for our viewers at home, this will become public for you guys as soon as it's done. It's not done yet. I've only gotten to Bad Batch season 2, but it will become available to you once we're done. But this is something that I'm working on. We're going to get it Star Wars in chronological order. Now, I don't know about you, but I have a wife who is a visual learner and has watched Star Wars with me. Now that we've completed everything, it's what are we going to do next, right? Like, but I don't understand where this fits in the timeline. Why I thought this person died. Why are they here now? This, you will have no issues with that. As well as, hey, look, there's a year. Do you know what I'm doing? I am going back and forth and referencing every source that I can find. And there is not a updated source like this. I Googled it. I've looked everywhere. And I asked ChatGPT to make me one. It's wrong. So
Yeah.
this
Oh,
this is
geez.
right. This is right. And it's some of the years are like a time frame. So
Yeah.
I give it a good guesstimate. But for all of those girlies out there who has a visual brain, look at this. And then when I ask Maya, I say, "Hey dear, what does BBY stand for?" She goes, "Before the Battle of Yavin." And I said, "When was that?" And she goes, "When the Death Star blew up." And I said, "Bingo, you got it." So she knows what's going on.
Nice.
But do
Clone
you know
Wars.
do you know how Clone Wars has a different watch order, right?
Yes.
Like
It's
there's
miserable.
it's miserable, but it's here.
Yeah.
So my task that I still have to do, I have to put all the links to Disney Plus so that you can just click on it and go. But there is like a little, hey, I have watched
Check.
this, click.
Nice.
And then I have a notes section.
Oh, that's
And
good.
then
Yeah.
there's the yes. So this is a work in progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
No, send it to me because
Tanner,
I might like.
if you would like to, it's Amaya and I today, we just finished the first 2 episodes of Clone Wars that you're supposed to watch, Cat and Mouse
Cat and
and
Mouse,
Hidden
yep.
Enemy. And then we watched
Watch
the
the
Clone Wars
movie.
movie. Yep. So that means next we're going to go right over to Clone Cadets. That's where we are now.
Yeah.
So Right now,
Has
I'm
Maya
making it.
watched all the Clone Wars with you already? Or he
Yeah,
has been watching
Maya's
it?
watched everything. Maya has watched everything but Andor. And that's because every time we sit down to watch it, she's like, "This is the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life."
Nice.
So I have a few thoughts on what I might do for that because Andor and Rebels take place simultaneously. I I am going to put it in timeline order, which means that some episodes of Andor are going to intertwine with some episodes of Rebels, which is going to be weird. It's going to be weird, and it is going to take away, I think, from the overarching story for both of those. But if for the sake of
For
what
the
we're
sake
doing
of
right now,
timeline, yeah.
putting everything in context. Yes. So this is a work in progress. Right now, Bad Batch season 2, and then Bad Batch season 3 is going to go in right after this. I will be including games and books, essential games and books. I will say,
Yeah.
in a different spreadsheet where it's really in timeline order. But right now, this is just like, hey, do you have a girlfriend who's already seen Star Wars? Hey, this will be really beneficial for her.
Yeah.
So this is what I was working on the way up to Canada, by the way. In case
I was wondering, I was like, man, what were you? I was like, what? Like, where did you? How do you have
like,
time
yeah,
for
that
this?
boy
That
works
makes
40
sense.
hours a week. How does he have time for that?
Yeah, he had a 12-hour car ride.
But Gabe and I were watching episode 1 when I did this. So,
Oh, okay.
all right, I have one last video I want to leave you with, Tanner, today. And it's this little guy. Hang on. Let me see if I can get it open. There we go. Hang on. Oh, yeah, I got it. Will it let me? Oh, here it goes. Can you see it?
Oh, yes, I am Boba Butt.
She attacked it.
Oh, wait, that's wait, what?
That's
Oh, wait,
Grogu.
okay, I'm like, my thing is way zoomed in. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Boba does not like Grogu. Hang on, I'll
Does
show it
not
one more
like
time.
Grogu.
Boba. So, do you see where I have Grogu set up right now behind my head?
Yes.
What we didn't get on video, Boba jumped up and smacked Grogu, and was like with Grogu.
Oh my gosh. What did he ever do to you, Boba?
Yeah.
Look at it. Freaks
She
out.
does not like.
That's funny.
So
Oh my
that's the last thing I wanted to leave you. All right, dude. What a successful podcast! I can't wait to do this with you. This is going to be so much fun. This is going to be so much fun.
Talked for like, I mean, just like, I didn't feel like I just
2 hours and 14 minutes.
Oh wow, yeah, but like I didn't feel like I was just like, you got talking and then it kind of flies. You know,
it's worth it. It was
Yeah.
That was super fun. Thanks for doing it tonight.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Genuinely, I would not have rather done anything else when I got home from work today. This was pretty sweet.
Yeah. So
So movie club next week.
Okay.
Yep.
Next
Watch
week
episode
Monday.
Next week Monday, probably like some 10 o'clock ish again.
Okay.
It's taking the place of late night until late night starts, and then when late night starts, we'll move this maybe not to a Monday, but we'll do it a different day of the week.
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure.
Man.
Should we do it?
Should we do what?
I was gonna say, do you want to do a late? We could do a late night episode if you want.
We should at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's an announcement for tomorrow for everybody watching, or I guess when you're watching this today, possibly you're listening to it. We are going to be doing the Stanley Cup playoff. Starts tomorrow. The Golden Knights are in it. I will be calling the game. Alex will be calling it with me. It's going to be more like a watch along, but we are going to call the game to the best of our ability tomorrow. So catch that when the game starts. We'll probably be live about a half hour before. So
what time is the game?
It's at 7 Central. So 6:30 Central we'll be live calling the game, doing the sports stuff because I'm super happy that the Knights are in. There's nothing else to say other than that. So that's just an announcement for those of you who are watching over on Twitch. If you want to catch up, Alex and I tomorrow doing our sports thing. Catch us tomorrow doing our sports thing. We'll have it all set up. It'll be great. Watch some hockey. All right, buddy. Anything else?
Nope. I think that's it. It was good. It was a good show. I think it was a good show.
It was a good show. All right, Tanner, stick on the call for a second. I'm gonna run the outro and then end the stream. But stick on the call because I'll come back and talk to you.
Toxic Couch TV.